There's Darren Mullings after Yate Town 0, Farnham Town 1. Darren, so close to getting a point. I mean, 87th minute goal from then. It's a tactical masterclass, I thought, up until that point. And I thought the team played really, really well.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we set up in a certain way and a few tweaks to the formation and obviously personnel today. And like you said, in general, I think we did okay. We nullified their threats, I thought, pretty well. Reduced them to minimal chances. I know Aaron made one or two saves in the first half from set pieces, I think it was. And yeah, like you said, overall, if we don't take our chances, then you hope it's going to be a 0-0. Extremely disappointing with the goal we concede. I'm not sure how many times our forwards get 5 yards of space just outside the 6-yard box with a couple of minutes to go, so that's disappointing. But I'm not sure we can criticise them too much. I think they defended extremely well today, not just as a back five, but as a team we were pretty good. But I think what's costing us at the moment is we're very wasteful at the other end. It was the same story last week. We felt we should have been probably 2-0 up at half time at Bracknell. Don't take the chances and then we get what we deserve in the end. And then same again today. You don't take your chances and you're all susceptible to one opportunity. And again, it's the same story. And I feel like a bit of a broken record at the moment. We're getting in extremely good areas, really good areas of the pitch, creating overloads on their back line, and it's either the execution or the decision making at the end is costing us, and then that puts pressure on the back four to try and keep that clean sheet. And at this level of football, it's difficult to rely on clean sheets every week. Of course it is. So look, we need to be more clinical in our final third and start making the keeper work a little bit more, and that might see a change in some of the results.
Yeah, in the first half they probably had more possession, and at half time was probably your tactics were working and it was going to plan. And as the second half developed more and more, you had more possession, more attacking threat, and it was just a crying shame that they equalised at the end. And that new loan signing, Archie Taylor, did really, really well, and him going off just after the hour was a bit of a blow.
Yeah, like you said, I think the game plan was to make sure we were in the game still, to try and frustrate them as much as we could. And like I said at the start, to try and nullify some of their threats, and that worked. And we knew on our big pitch, and it's very heavy as well, gaps start to open, and we felt like we would have a bit more possession as the game developed, which was the case. But again, if we don't take those opportunities when you get them, then it counts for nothing. And if I'm honest, I felt like their substitutes made more of an impact than ours. They were brave. They put more bodies on our back line, and like I said, they looked like they had a bit more energy in that final third, and it caused us a few issues in small moments. And maybe our players that came on didn't make the impact that we probably wanted them to make. So yeah, frustrating, like you said, with that point. But yeah, Archie, I can't give him his plaudits anymore. He was fantastic, I thought, today. He's come into a team, he wasn't able to train with us on Wednesday, came to watch, and we've only had a few conversations around how we play and what we expect from him and what we want, and I thought he was outstanding. He put his body on the line. Every tackle he won, every first contact he won, he was on the front foot. And if I'm being honest with you, hopefully a few of our other players can take some learnings from his performance today, because that's what we're going to need in this run-in. We're going to need people that want to win those first contacts, want to get on the first ball, the second ball, and play with that bit of passion. So yeah, he's come in today and showed everyone what he's about, and unfortunately, yeah, we had to take him off. He's been out for a while, and he felt something a little bit, so we couldn't take any risk with him. So of course that was difficult, and it probably changed. It meant we had to change personnel and shape a little bit again. So our hands have been tied, and it's been tied with a few other players we've had on loan because they've come back from injuries as well. So we've had limited minutes. So it doesn't make things easy, but that's no excuse. Like you said, we should have had enough today to got ourselves in a good position in terms of the game and created enough opportunities, and again come away with nothing.
Well, they are the leading goal scorers in the league. Well, I know Gloucester, before started players, scored the same number of goals, but they had five less games for Farnham, so they've got a very, very good attacking threat. But let's move on. There's 12 games to go, 12 vital games, like 12 cup finals in the rest of the season, and it's just taking each game as it comes.
That's all you can do. And like you said, it's probably where it's so frustrating. We're not far away. In terms of the performances, but we're not far away in terms of some of the results. Probably, if you come and watch the game, we're always in it. we probably create them better opportunities. But at the moment, we're just not taking them, and we're gifting teams goals. So that needs to change really quickly. Of course, we know that we've got a very difficult run in the next few games. We've got these guys again, and then Walton sandwiched in between that, so they don't come in easier. We know that. But look, we're doing all we can off the pitch to make sure we're prepared, and we have a game plan for each game, and to give us the best opportunity to win games. And also the players probably have to take some responsibility now in terms of putting those performances on the pitch. We've done enough talking. Now we have to go and put those performances in individually and collectively to make sure we get to the points tally that we need. And we said all along, we're not necessarily looking at the league. It's the points tally that counts, and we know where we need to get to. Of course, if you're not winning games, the tally becomes short in terms of numbers of games you've got left, and the points seem to come harder each game, or harder to come by each game. So yeah, we'll stay positive. We'll keep looking to try and improve the squad where we need to, because I feel that's important. We need to get a few players back fit. We're carrying a few injuries as well, and Marlon's been out and a few other bodies as well. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. I thought Henry came in today and looked lively and created some really good opportunities for us. So he gave us a different threat in the final third. And I think Corey's also starting to find his feet again as well, since he's obviously left us and then come back since his time at Newport. So yeah, we'll stay positive. We'll keep working hard, and we'll see what the next couple of games bring.
Well, despite that result, there's obviously things to build on.
Yeah, there always is. There's stuff to learn from. There's things to build on, and look, I think overall the performance was much better than Saturday, although, like I said, we created chances. But I think that's the big thing for us. I'd be more worried and concerned if we weren't creating the chances. Or getting into good areas. We are. So now we have to start taking them as a team and as individuals, and to make sure we give ourselves a foothold in games, because goals change games. It's as simple as that. No matter what level of football you're at, you can be in a game, but if someone scores, they've then got something to hold on to, and the game opens up a bit, and we've not been able to do that in the last, I think, 2 or 3 games. So yeah, plenty to work on, but we'll stay positive, and we'll see what comes.
Well, thanks for your time again, Darren.
No worries, thank you.